Okay, so in this video, I'm going to go over blends versus gradients. And we can look actually that we have a lot of power in blends. Blends have been around for a long time, and they're still going strong. They're actually one of the beginning tools inside of Illustrator. So let's start with gradients. So here I have a gradient over on this shape right here. And what I can see as I look at this gradient, I'm going to pull this out right here, that I have these different color buckets. Now I'm going to add another color bucket and I'll make it more of the yellow. So I can add that right in there. And then I'm going to come on in, oopsie, and make it that color. I'd hold it for a minute. So if I click onto this, double click, I can grab that yellow. Okay. All right, there we go. So we can see that this is nice and blended, but the reason why I may want to use a blend, when we look at our gradient, we can really, take a look and move it back and forth, but our colors are really one on top of another. So if we want to have more of a swirl, so if I come on in and I take a look at this right in here, if I want to have more of a swirl of the color, then I would need to go with a blend. So what I'm working on right here is a logo which would be with a sky in it. So this is the beginning stages of this. So I'm going to come on up. There's two different places I can find the blend tool, and I'm just going to go over this really quickly right here. All right, so the first thing that I can do is I can just begin with a shape. And I'm going to actually grab my pen tool and I am going to draw a shape. And again, what I can see is I could have my shape move around. I want to close my shape with my pen tool, and I can come on in here. I can change the color, turn this off right in here. Now I'm going to come and grab another shape, grab the pen tool again. Close this shape. Okay, now what I can do is I can take these two shapes, shift click them, and I can come on up to Object, Blend, Make. All right, now this is the story too, and why blends are so strong, is because you can even change them from here. So I could come back in, I could say blending options, I could choose specified steps, I could push my up arrow, turn on preview, and keep, let me hold on, go to specified steps. Okay, I can put on my up arrow and keep adding to them. If I hold down shift and hit my up arrow, I can do it by increments of 10. I can hit OK. Now, what is great too, and I'm going to change that. I don't want so many spaces. I'm going to come to blend. I'm going to come to blend options, and I'm going to lower this too. Let's go to 65. I'll say OK. All right, there we have it. Now, what else I can do is I can click on off here and I can keep working with this. So I could take my white arrow, hit the letter A for the white arrow, and I can come on in here and I can start selecting the specific anchor points and start moving them. So if I want to move this up a little bit, I could take this shape right in here, move the color down. I can grab my anchor points. All right, what does it look like? Hold on for a minute here. All right, so here we go. You can see we're starting to move the color. Sometimes you have to just play around a little bit in here. All right, there we go. And we can start moving things around until we get it the way that we want it to be. I can click onto here, again, coming back in to blend. I could say reverse front to back. Okay, I could come back in here, blend, reverse spine. Okay. All right, so there we have it. We can see we have all of these different options and ways to make this shape work a little bit differently. So I'm going to come on back in here and see what I have. We can see the difference. If I look at how this shape was made, I can come on into Object, Blend, and release it. So I can see I have these various different shapes, this opening of yellow right in here. Now this actually is not a shape of white, so I'm actually going to add a shape of white. I'm going to put the shape of white behind everything. So I'm going to come on in and I'll put it right here. And I'm going to come to Object, Arrange, Send to Back. And I'm going to change the color of this to white. Or better yet, maybe it will be like, yeah, let's go for white. Why not? All right, so I'll hit OK. Then I will select all of these guys right here and Object, Blend, Make. We can see that that is what it is looking like. And if I want to change things around, I can as well. Now, I have this color over in here. And again, I might want to work with how this is distributed and where it all is. So you can see as you look at these two different options that you really do have more control with blends. You can change things up to however it is that you would like for them to be. All right, so this shape right down here, I'm going to bring it to the front, Object, Arrange, bring to front. All right, and now let me end by placing a clipping mask on this. So I might want to actually work with this just a little bit more, maybe pull that up a little bit. All right, I'm going to clip this anyway. So how do we go about making a clipping mask? Well, we can think of a clipping mask as we put a shape on top of everything, and then we use that shape to cut off the excess. All right, so there's all of this excess that I want to just chop right off. So here goes. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make a circular shape. So I'm going to come on in. I am going to grab my ellipse tool. I'm going to hold down Shift so I get a perfect circle. Okay, I'm actually going to turn the fill off. Okay, now I'm going to say select all. And now the shape that's on top will be what we'll clip. I come to Object, I come down to Clipping Mask, Make. Voila! There we have it. Now I have, this shape right here, and I could use this for my logo, whatever it is that I want to continue working with. Thanks so much. So there's a little bit of an overview of blends versus gradients. I have other videos on gradients. Now, what's really pretty cool too is everything that is in here with the blend you can release as well. Thanks for listening.